back to SCSU Local. We have mentioned several times here on the show that volunteering is a great opportunity to give back to the community. One of these opportunities can be found right here in St. Cloud at the Tri-County Humane Society. This shelter gives volunteers a fun way to help animals and spend time on a worthy cause.
My name is Merit Ortega. I am the Community Outreach Manager at the Tri-County Humane Society in central Minnesota. We serve the community primarily by providing quality care for homeless animals that come to our doors. The main reasons that we're seeing animals are because people can't afford their pets. On average, we get 4,500 animals every year, so it's a large task for us to care for these animals and then find new homes for them. We get the majority of the animals that we get are cats. We also get a lot of dogs, and then we do take in small animals and exotic animals. For the community outreach part with my job, I'm in charge of the volunteer program here and special events and fundraising, and then our humane education program. So with those, for volunteering, we have a number of opportunities for people to help out at the shelter. The main thing that people come to do is work in the shelter with the animals.
I'm actually volunteering here for school. It's a project we're doing right now, student volunteers at Sargent High School. And we volunteer here for about 9 weeks, and this is my 8th week being here, so. Some of the news we basically do here is play with the dogs in this room right here. We can take them on walks. If their kennels are messy, we have to clean the kennels up. We do laundry and dishes, and then sometimes we help customers buy a new pet that they find that they really like. And then we also do some paperwork up in the front if there's nothing else to do, if everything's being done.
Other volunteer opportunities are helping with the special events and fundraising, and we have a large number of events throughout the year. Right now, the next one that's coming up is the St. Cloud Pet Expo, which we are sponsoring, and that is going to be held at the Armory in St. Cloud on Veterans Drive on April 2nd. It's a Saturday, and it's from 10 to 4 p.m. On April 27th, we have our annual flower fundraiser for Administrative Professionals Day or Secretary's Day. So we are right now taking orders for flowers, and then we'll have volunteers deliver flowers to places of business. The big event coming up that we're working on right now is our Wine Kibbles and Bids event, and that is on that's May 6th. We've bumped it back a little this year. It's a Friday, and it starts at 5:30 p.m. and this is our second biggest fundraiser of the year. For people who want to volunteer, they can go to our website. We have volunteer applications online, and the website is just tricountyhumanesociety.org. And there's a link that says ways you can help. For volunteer commitments, it's 20 hours commitment time if you want to volunteer in the shelter with the animals. There is a lot on our wish list, and it varies from office supplies and stamps and calling cards for long distance calls to pet supplies. We need food for the pets, we need cat litter, we need litter scoops and dishes and bedding and rigs. And there is a whole list of that on our website as well, so that could be looked up. It's Sit Up and Beg is what it's called on the website. We're dependent on this community in order to make sure that we're finding all these animals homes, and we wouldn't be here without the community support. We certainly wouldn't be here without the volunteer support. So we're in debt for all of the help that the community has given us so far, and we're always looking for more helpers to come and join us.
I have to admit that I wouldn't mind spending my time getting to play with animals.
Seems like a good way to volunteer time, but some students in our last story get a chance to get hands-on experience by working at the Lindgren Child Care Center.
In our last feature, we get a look at the students, staff, and children who attend the daycare and spend their time working, learning, and playing the day away.
Our main purpose is to provide care for children of St. Cloud State University students. The next purpose would be to help the parents of these children get through school and graduate and get their bachelor's degree. Through that, we also employ about 50 St. Cloud State University's work-study students. And we also help them graduate at St. Cloud State University.
Our users at the Child Care Center consist mainly of students. We do allow 10% of our enrollment for faculty, staff, children. So that equates to about 6 children out of the center are faculty, staff. In the infant room, we are licensed for 8 infants, and in the toddler room, it's 12. And in the preschool room, I believe it's 20. Sometimes we do accept more enrollment, but that is working with part-time people.
Their age range is 2.5 months up to about 16 months. At about 16 months, then they can transition into the toddler room. From 16 to about 33 months is the toddler age range, and then from 33 all the way up to kindergarten age is in the preschool room.
One thing that is incredibly unique to us is that we have the 50 work-study students. Typically, most child care centers will have a 1-to-10 ratio, which would be one staff person to 10 children. But because we're able to use the work-study students, we have a ratio that is typically 1-to-3, 1-to-4. So children will always be able to have some great adult-child interactions. And these interactions really help children gain a lot of literacy and verbal skills throughout their time here.
I think there's a lot of benefits that we do give the community, the campus community. I think we're an example to the outside community. They look to us as far as professionalism and the cutting edge.
We do things that support their natural curiosity, and so I do write a lesson plan that we work on for 4 or 5 weeks at a time in the different developmental areas. For each baby, I have goals of what we're working on. So we try to support their development, and I also keep in contact with the parents as much as I can about what are they noticing at home and what are the babies accomplishing at home, so we can reinforce those things here.
Actually, in the preschool room, one of our most unique features is our curriculum. It is an emergent curriculum, meaning that it's student-driven by the preschool children. We follow their interests and we follow their lead, and we try to get questions answered that they're wondering about. So for instance, right now, the children are working on a gardening and a worm unit, and asking questions about what is a worm and how can it be helpful to gardens and plants.
We found a lot of worms in our worm farm. Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of them. We have all of the worms.
By doing that, we do experiments and trial and error, collecting data, lots of photo documentation to help the children really wrap their brains around what they're interested in.
Our most positive aspect is that we are just located right here, so students can utilize us for methods. The nursing students utilize us. We have a lot of practicum students, and also the student parent can stop in and see their child at any time of the day.
Every family is unique. Every family has unique challenges, different challenges. Parents have the same stressors as every other student with the added stress of having children. And helping them get through college it's very rewarding.
Seems like everyone at the Lindgren seems to enjoy their jobs a lot.
I don't see how they couldn't when they are surrounded by such happy children.
Well, that's all for our show this week. Tune in next week for another episode of the show that brings you the people, places, and events of Central Minnesota. I'm Josh Rackerman.
And I'm Danielle Latour, reminding you to keep it local.